Hello, hi, good morning, children. Welcome to online science class, third chapter, Chemical Substances and Processes, part 3. I hope you watched part 1 and part 2 of this chapter. In last class, that is in part 2, we discussed about chemical formula and how to write chemical formula. If you have any doubt in writing chemical formula, you just send me a message. I will definitely try to clear it. Okay? In today's session, we are going to discuss about physical and chemical change, what is chemical reaction, chemical equation, and at last we are going to see how to balance chemical equation. Okay? Children, in class 6, we have learned that substances can undergo different types of changes, and these changes may be slow or fast, reversible or irreversible, physical or chemical. Let us now learn in brief what is physical and chemical change. Then what is physical change? When a substance undergo change in its physical state, shape, size and color, but it does not change into another substances. What is physical change here? Substances undergo change in its physical state. Means solid state is converted into liquid state and liquid state again converted into gaseous state. So here change in its physical state is also one of the physical change. Change in its shape, change in its size and change in color. But you should note this point. It does not change into another substances. For example, breaking of glass. Here when you break the glass, the shape of the glass is going to be changed. But before breaking the glass, it's glass only. After breaking the glass, it is glass itself only, right? It does not change into another substances. And again, freezing. Here also, liquid water is converted into solid ice. It's one of the change in its physical state. Melting of ice. Here also, solid ice is going to converted into liquid water. Understood? This is what about physical change. Then what is chemical change? During chemical change, substances changes into another substances. For example, burning of wood. Okay. Here, burning of wood in air converts it into ash and carbon dioxide. Here, one substance changes into another substance, right? Before burning, it is wood. After burning, it converted into what? Ash and carbon dioxide. Got it? And rusting of iron is also example of chemical change. Iron comes in contact with the moisture and air, it gets rusted. And digestion of food in our body is also one of the example of chemical change. Understood? Yes. Children, the process of burning of wood in air and it converts into ash and carbon dioxide. This is what we call, chemical reaction. Yes. What is chemical reaction? The process in which a chemical change causes one substance to change into another is called chemical reaction. In chemical reaction, you need to remember two important terms, that is reactant and product. What is reactant? Substances which undergo chemical change in a reactions are called reactant. For example, you just considered burning of wood. Here, wood is a reactant because which undergo chemical change, right? Then what is a product here? New substances which are formed after chemical reaction are called the product. For example, I told you, right? Burning of wood. Here wood is a reactant. After burning, you are going to get ash and carbon dioxide. That is a product. Got it? What is a product? New substance which are formed after reaction. That is what we call product. Understood? Yes. Children, as we already learned that elements are represented by appropriate symbols, right? Chemical reactions which occurring between different substances also represented by appropriate symbols and formula. Then what is chemical equation here? Here chemical equation is nothing but representation of chemical reaction using symbols and formulae of substances involved in the reaction. So I already told you two terms are important in reaction, that is one is reactant and product. What is the chemical equation here? The representation of chemical reaction using symbols and formula of substances. Understood? So here While writing chemical equation, write the symbols of the reactants on the left hand side and there is products on the right hand side. Okay, understood? An arrow is put between reactant and product. Got it? Understood? For example, you just considered the reaction of carbon and oxygen. Here, carbon and oxygens are called reactants, and you have to put arrow mark between reactant and product, right? Yes. And after reaction of carbon and oxygen, you are going to get the product carbon dioxide. Understood? Children, you need to note one point, that is the physical state of reactant and products is going to be represented in bracket along with the symbol. See, here I represented now. Here in bracket I represented yes. Here physical state is solid, liquid and gas. Right or no? S is S for solid, L for liquid and G for gas. And one more state we are going to represent it as AQ. That is aqueous solution. Then what is aqueous solution here? The solution of a substance in water called aqueous solution. Okay. So while writing chemical equation, along with chemical equation, you need to represent the physical state of reactants and products. After writing chemical equation, you need to check whether this chemical equation is balanced or not. Here, chemical equation should be balanced. Means the number of atoms of each element in reactant is equal to the number of atoms of each element in product. This is what we call balanced chemical equation. Then what is a balanced chemical equation here? The number of atoms of each element are same on both sides of equation. For example, you just consider this reaction, that is when hydrogen gas reacts with oxygen, water is going to be formed. Got it? So here you need to check whether this equation is balanced or not. First you will check number of hydrogen atom in reactant and number of hydrogen atoms in product. Here how many hydrogen atoms are there in reactant? 2. And in product? Here also 2 is there. Means the number of hydrogen atoms in reactant and product are balanced. Then you check number of oxygen atom. Here the number of oxygen atom in reactant is 2. But in the product only one oxygen atom is present. So this equation is not balanced. Understood? So for that reason we need to balance this equation. How you are going to balance the number of oxygen atoms? Yes, what you will do, you know? Simply you are going to write here like this, right? So H2O2, right or no? Then it will going to be balanced. But children, this is completely wrong. You need to note one point. While balancing the number of atoms of various elements on either side of the equation, chemical formula of a substance should not change. So if you write like this, the chemical formula of that water is going to be changed. Here when hydrogen reacts with oxygen, it's going to form water only. But if you write like this H2O2, then chemical formula is going to be changed, right? So you won't going to write like this. Then how can we balance this equation? Instead, what you can do, you know, write a suitable number called coefficient before the formula of that substance. See here, we need to balance the number of oxygen atoms, right here. So what you will do, you just write the coefficient, that is how many hydrogen atoms we need to balance? 2, right or no? So you need to write the coefficient as a 2 with the formula of water. So here I will write, before the formula of that water I will write, here I will write. Then it's going to be correct. Understood? When you write 2 before the formula of water, then number of oxygen atom is going to be 2 in the product and number of oxygen atom 2 in the reactant. But you see here again hydrogen atom get hurted here, right or no? Initially hydrogen atoms are how many? 2. But when you write like this, here this 2 and this 2 get multiplied here. Then number of hydrogen atoms becomes how much? 4. Understood? So here in the product, the number of hydrogen atoms get hurted when you write the coefficient 2 before the water. Again we need to balance the number of hydrogen atom. So what I will do now here? So first I will write 2 here. Okay. Now oxygen atoms are balanced. Then again I need to balance the hydrogen atoms. Right or no? So what I will do in the reactant? Again I will write simply the 2 coefficient 2 before the formula of hydrogen. Understood? Now see here 2 and here the subscript 2 is there, na, they get multiplied. 2 2s are 4. Here also 2 2s are 4. But here oxygen having subscript 1, right? So 2 1s are 2. So here oxygen, how many atoms are there? 2. In the product, in the reactants also 2 oxygen atoms are there. Understood? Any